So I recently got the Neversink tool Lowcat tunnel so that I can grow my lettuce during the winter months, especially when it gets cold here. We do get temperatures that sometimes are in the 20s, 30s, even some snow, depending on what the forecast might be showing. So in order to protect my lettuce and to be able to grow all year long, and really in the late fall, winter months, I purchased this system here so that I can create this low tunnel system to be able to cover my lettuce plants. It's really easy to install. It comes with, and what I'll do is I'll show you here. So you do have to order all the pieces for it, but it comes with a kit, your low tunnel kit, which is going to be these galvanized steel stakes, and then you have your metal piece that fits into this top half, which has like an insert, and the other piece fits into there. And then all you have to do is, you see this little loop here, you want to make sure that's facing on the outside when you stake it into the ground. On both sides, make sure it's facing outward. And then you have this bungee cord that goes on the outside of that loop that will create the tension on top of your plastic, your frost cloth, or shade cloth that you may have on your low tunnel system in order to provide the tautness and protection that you're looking for in a tunneling system like this here. So right now, what I'm doing is I have to adjust these because I forgot to put the extra stake in, or the extra hoop. And so we're just fixing that. And then I'll put this plastic back on, which I have greenhouse plastic that I'm using. This is like heavy duty, like 4mm plastic. So here's a better look at that bungee system here. Or not bungee system, excuse me, the high tunnel kit. So again, this is the stake itself. Or not stake, sorry. This is the steel that's going to sit in the insert here, like such, and then stick this end into the ground, and then you stick this other piece in the top, and then you bend it like such. So let's walk down here and I'll show you exactly how that works, and then we'll get this plastic on. Toss that weed there. So this end here, I'm gonna put it right here in the ground. Now you can measure it better than what I'm doing right now. I'm just eyeballing it. It's not that serious for me, long as it holds up and doesn't fall apart when we get some strong winds back here. In this row that's like 40 feet long, I have about, it's 11 of these hoops installed. And this will cover a bed that's 27 to 30 feet, 30 inches wide. So 27 inches to 30 inches wide, you can have your high tunnel cover. And they do make ones that have like an extension so you can grow taller plants. But as you can see, this is lettuce. This is actually all lettuce that I've removed from my raised bed that I replanted in these rows here. And I believe I like that spacing. And then the only other thing that I need to do here, because seems to be what works, is the hoop on the end, you want to put it at an angle because that's going to create the right tension you want. When you put that plastic on and you start tightening it, it's going to pull forward a little bit. So you don't want it leaning too much forward whenever you're getting your plastic on and tightening it. So now that all the hoops are installed, I can put the plastic on. But before I do that, I might just hit it with a little bit of water. Now, one thing I definitely have to do is get myself a drip irrigation system, because as I will have 4 rows. Again, these are 2 feet wide with 2 feet of walking space. And basically I'm gonna grow lettuce during the cooler months, and then maybe something that's like a warmer crop during the late spring, summer months. So let's do that real quick. Let me just water the plants before I cover them. Not gonna go too crazy here. With the watering. Multitasking here. In each row there is about 80 lettuce that I plant, 40 on each side. Want to make sure that I have enough proper spacing between everything to allow it to grow healthy, big and strong. All right, that'll do. Let's get this out of here. Whoa, what's going on there? All right, now that this is done, we're gonna take the plastic, put it back on, get everything tight. And the trick with this is get it on and then look to just get it tied down on one end first, and then you can come back through and adjust it once you have everything situated the way you want. I think this is the end I want to start with, where I want to tighten it. Now, I would tell you, if it's a windy day, it would be best to have a second person helping you. But I'm a one-man show here, so this is how I do it. So all I'm gonna do here, I do have these U stakes here. Make sure everything is at least even as far as the plastic goes, how it's laying down on the ground. And then what I'm gonna just do is just twist this here. And then I take my stake, just put it in between. And I'm just gonna push it down for right now. And I use two just to give that extra secureness that you would want to have. And what I'll do is I'll come back and retighten this once I get the other end done. I'm just temporarily holding that in place. Let's walk down now. Again, this goes a lot faster if there's an extra hand helping, but it can be done if it's just one person that's installing it. So now all I'm doing here is tightening it. As you see, it's getting that tautness that you want. And I'm just grabbing it from the bottom first. And then I'm going to grab it from the top. Again, making sure that side's down. Also making sure there's no creases. And then all I'm going to do is just, again, twist this. Take U-stake. And then I'm going to take it one more time the other direction. And this end will be pretty much done. All I got to do then is just... I haven't cut the excess plastic yet because I don't know if I need it. So I leave it on for right now. So, again, now you can see how tighter it got, how smoother it is. So now I'm just going to come back down on this end and adjust this piece here before I put my bungees on. So let's do that. Again, you want to make sure your bottom, grab your bottom first. And then make sure your top is where you want it. And then twist away. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that whatever you do, it's going to hold. That's the biggest thing. And you see how this is leaning forward now? As I tighten it, that's what you want. And then my last stake here. Now, bungees. And I'm going to start down on the far end here. I find it easy to, you lift it slightly, get it underneath the loop, and then make sure that loop is buried. Because what happens sometimes is this thing will, bungee will come out before you can get to the other side, and you're fighting a losing battle then at that point. And again, because it's just me, it's easier for me to do it that way to make sure that it's not going to come out before I get to the other side. Not necessary if there's two people putting the bungees on. More of a challenge if there's wind, because that will blow them back over. And then you're playing a losing game. Don't know why these are so far apart. Maybe because when I moved them. Alright. Almost done here. Now, the system wasn't necessarily cheap, but the reason why I went with it is because I think it's gonna be a lot more reliable than what I have tried in the past. And believe me, I've tried a number of different ways to make this high tunnel. Alright. Missing a bungee here, but that's okay, we'll find it. Alright, so I'm going to come down this end now and just get all my bands in. Oh, there it is. I found it. And I'm doing the same thing now on this side. Get the last one that I took out over here. Now, if you want your hoops to be a little bit straighter than this, obviously you can measure it. I eyeball it. And again, loop my plastic down. I have these weird creases in it because I had it pulled up. Let me do the side here. And there you have it. It is done from one end to the other. And like I said, you want the end to have an angle, which I didn't do that on this one here. As you can see, it's pulling forward whenever I tighten it. So I'm gonna have to redo this row as well. I got a bunch of lettuce that I gotta get in the ground here. So 2 more rows. These will be almost ready to harvest here in the next couple of weeks. And again, what's really cool about this system here is it's gonna hold up. The more hoops you have in between the spaces is going to create the security that you want. But another cool thing about this is you can lift this up like that, and it allows to have air circulate. So if you need to uncover your plants, which is what I've been doing, it's much easier than having to remove the plastic completely. So again, this is the Neversink tool farm. This is the Lowcat system. I love it. It did cost me a little bit of coins to get it, but money well spent, in my opinion. So if you're looking for something that's going to be an option to protect your plants during the winter months and grow all year long, this is what I would recommend to anyone, because I've been trying to grow all year long for many years, and I think this is going to be the one that's going to get me there, to grow the amount of stuff I want to grow in the space that I have. But let me know if you have any questions. Drop them down in the comments, and I will catch you next time in the backyard garden. Thanks for watching. As always, do me a favor, hit the like button, please share, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time I'm back here.